Oh, all right. So it's recording now. So you've ridden a few of these bikes.
Yes.
What do you think so far?
I think they're fantastic. I would hope that there would be a lot more of these bikes on the streets. The variety here is interesting. I don't know what the cost is, but I think it's a great form of urban transportation. Especially in California where the weather is almost always good.
Right, right. So what do you like about some of these specific bikes here?
Well,
like this one that you're sitting on?
This is the European style where the motor starts when you start pedaling. And just a real brief experience, it's pretty fast because the gear shift and so forth works a little better with the electric assist.
What do you think of the power?
So, I like the best forms are the cruiser forms, or the one far down here. I think it's a Pedigo.
Yes.
That's nice because you can just sit back on your butt. It hauls you about. There's very little. I mean, there's very little physical engagement required for the rider.
So this, I would guess,
this is a nice opportunity to ride all these different bikes.
Yeah. Okay. And then you were telling me a few minutes ago that you're building a bike with an extra cycle on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I can do that in a regular bike.
Yeah, it's
not as easy. True.
So how do you replace the battery?
I got the motor and the battery.
You got to replace the whole hub on this one.
E-bike, I think it's called.
Maybe the
Someplace
batteries
back
are
in
in
New
the hub?
Jersey, I think.
Oh, wow.
And there's a number of challenges involved. One is adding the extra cycle to the bike.
Right.
It doesn't quite work out exactly the way it's supposed to, so I had to make some adjustments there. I had to add the chain and the brakes and all this stuff, so it's taking me a lot longer than I thought
the battery?
Yeah.
But I'm now in the position to add the batteries and wire it up.
So that's going to be something to slide in here.
I hope.
So what do you think of the trade-off between just buying something off the shelf versus building it yourself?
Battery fits on only your
That's a good question.
Now, if something that's bike,
I like the challenge, but I must admit, if I'd had this experience, I might not have done the build out. It's just
this is a standard battery.
It's sweet to have it all done for you.
Right.
And it's going to cost.
A bike will have 1 to 3 of these.
It's still going to cost me like $1,500.
On how
That's our goal, and then
Yeah, some of these cost new $1,500.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So why am I busting my butt? But I'm committed to that other thing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Okay, as long as each one has a microprocessor,
and
which
extra
does
cycle
a complete
is really an interesting
tracking
concept
of the state of the battery and the state.
You can carry 4 bags of groceries instead of just 2. And I need that extra carrying capacity.
The reason being,
and you
unless
carry,
you have battery
you can carry
in the battery,
150 pounds
you
of
cannot
extra
measure
weight on
the
this.
state of the battery as far as its
really
total
nice.
ampere hour
Whereas
capacity.
these are a
plug
little
into
more
the
than
machine.
Right.
I need a cargo. I need a station wagon. That's what I'm building, actually. So
Yeah.
I have 2 stores in town.
That looks
I
at
have
how
to
the
go
battery
between
was
them.
used and how much
Frequently
ampere hour it
delivering
actually
stuff.
was available to the last customer.
Right.
That will work.
And then when you
I just
plug
wanted to
it
be
in,
able to
you hand
reduce
it
my
back.
car usage
Say,
by
okay, these batteries are always
30%.
shipped.
Get down to 1 tank of gas a month.
Right.
We know what we put in this one. We know that
Or let the arrows
last time it only
throw
dropped
oil.
this much and it's going to So this one is 48 cents.
Okay.
So that you're buying.
All right. Do you have anything else to add?
Kilowatt hours,
I don't think
not
so.
per
Okay.
Other than it's been a real, I didn't expect
And
to
that
have
way,
this
customer
experience
doesn't
this
say,
morning. I'm really pleased
I'll
to have
Good.
it.
cherry pick all these.
Good. All right. Well, thank you.
Sure.
got a
There we go. Okay, so all right. Okay, so you were talking about the ride on this bicycle here, which is a pedal X style.
The acceleration is based on your pedaling.
Right.
So it's basically a power assist as opposed to what I would consider an electric bike. I mean, it's an electric bike, but I'm coming from a motorcycle background,
Yeah.
where I'm used to having the throttle directly controlling the power, and even on some of the other bikes where you have both the throttle and the pedals, because they're separate, you can control each one very clearly. This one is a little strange. I think it just takes more getting used to, because the power assist comes as you are pedaling. So as you pedal harder, it goes faster, as opposed to having it as an independent control.
Yeah.
So I think it's just it may be more just getting used to it. It's just different. I think getting used to it is probably the key there. I'm not sure if you hadn't ridden a motorcycle before, whether there would be as much of a difference. You came strictly from a bicycle background to a power assist bicycle, whether it'd make a big difference or not. But coming from a motorcycle background, it just seemed to be different.
Yeah, I know. I've ridden both kinds quite a bit, and I've also ridden a motorcycle quite a bit, and I think that the pedelec is more like a bicycle, and that's kind of why I prefer that.
You prefer it that way?
Yeah. But so you found it as different and unfamiliar.
Yeah, I don't think it would be an inhibitor. I think it's something you just need to get used to.
What's the difference with your settle works on battery?
Okay. All right. And so what do you think about the bikes in general?
In general, I'm quite impressed. They, again, coming from a motorcycle background, I'm used to something that is more beefy, and you expect to have the power coming from the beefiness. And when you first look at the bikes, they look very light. They look like bicycles. They feel about the weight of a bicycle, but it's surprising the amount of power you get out of them. And for around town, I think they'd be great. It sort of opened up my eyes, looking at the different ones. Again, just looking at them, I think you need to experience them. And I think that brings you to another higher level of appreciation. If you just look at them, you may question whether or not they're really capable of doing a lot. I mean, you're lugging around a battery, you're lugging around the motor. The motor is, even if it's on a glide, it's still going to add weight and some resistance. But actually experiencing them, I think, moves you to a more positive. So I think from if you're looking at it from a sales perspective, you need to incorporate the experience as part of the selling process.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And do you have past experience with electric vehicles, or is this your first experience?
I'm very new to the electric vehicle arena. I mean, I've ridden in them.
Yeah.
I've ridden in a Tesla. I've ridden in a Chevy. What was it? The small Chevy.
The S10?
It may have been the S10, but this was back in the early 80s, mid 80s. The guy had it converted.
Okay.
So I rode in it back then, but I've never owned one. I'm looking to buy one.
Right.
I'm in the learning phase or build one.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking about building an electric motorcycle, so I've been researching that.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks.